Hey there, my name is Sammy Kamau, and today I'll be giving a short speech about the importance of sleep. Also, I'll talk about the two most common sleeping disorders, and also I'll give you guys a few tips as to how you can go ahead and improve your sleep. So, how many hours of sleep do you think you get on an average night? Is it 6 hours? Well, according to the National Sleep Foundations, we're supposed to be getting about 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and most Americans are not getting that sleep. In fact, 39% of Americans are not getting that sleep, and 74% of us experience some sort of sleep problems that affects the quality of our sleep. Over the course of our life, sleep has been very crucial. The amount of sleep that we get each night has direct effect on our bodies, both physically and mentally. Sleep is just as important as a physical activity because it really affects our performances and our safety. Sleep is just as important as the air that we breathe, as the water that we drink, and as just as important as the food that we eat. Now that I've given you a little bit of background about sleep, let me talk to you guys about the two most common sleeping disorders. The first one being insomnia. Well, insomnia can be characterized as a poor quality of sleep. People who suffer from it often find it difficult to sleep. They experience frequent awakenings during the night and wake up too early and are not able to go back to sleep, leaving them unrefreshed the rest of the day. And according to the National Sleep Foundation, 30 to 50% of people in the world are affected by some form of insomnia. The second most common sleep disorder is known as obstructive sleep apnea. This sort of disorder affects 1 in 4 men and 1 in 7 women. Sleep apnea is characterized by pauses or gaps in breathing due to an obstruction in the airway. It increases as we age, affecting 4% of middle-aged men and 2% of women, and close to 27% and 19% of older men and women, respectively. According to the WebMD, the risk factors for sleep apnea include being male, being overweight, being over 40 years of age, a family history of sleeping disorders, sinus problems, a large neck circumference. Obstructive sleep apnea can cause death. That's the worst case scenario. It increases the risk of strokes, hypertension, sympathetic nerve activity, arousal, cardiovascular events. Now that I've talked to you guys about the two most common sleeping disorders, I'll mention a few ways that you can improve your sleep. The first one is establishing a sleep schedule. I know it's hard. Some of us have work. Some of us have kids. We have school sometimes, and that really impacts. It really affects how many hours you stay up per day. So whatever you have to do, make sure you go to sleep at a certain time every day. If you're working night shift, make sure that the room is dark. So that your body isn't confused and that your internal clock does not adjust. It's important to monitor your internal clock because the body has a sleep-wake cycle, which helps us better at night. The next step will be paying attention to what you eat and drink before bed. So don't go to bed too hungry or too full. Limit how much you drink per night. Just avoid such things such as alcohol, caffeine, or nicotine because all these have been linked to affecting your sleep. When you go to sleep, the next step will be getting comfortable. Can mean getting comfortable in bed. That means getting a few new pillows, changing the sheets, creating a room that's ideal for sleeping, such as a cool, dark room. The next step will be including a physical activity to your daily routine. Well, physical activity has been proven to provide better sleep because it helps you fall asleep faster or even enjoy your sleep. For me, for example, I do a few squats per day, which improves my physical health. However, avoid exercising right before you sleep because you may be too energized before you fall asleep. Lastly, but most importantly, manage your stress. Stress can build up, and stress can be carried forward into your sleep, and it can cause you not to sleep on time. When you have too much to think about, you won't get quality sleep. Try to organize yourself, set priorities, and delegate tasks before you go to bed. Now, let's recap what we've talked about today. As you've seen, the amount of sleep that we get every day has direct effects on our bodies. Today, we've learned about the importance of good sleep. I gave you some few tips. I briefly talked about the few sleeping disorders that are very common. As I conclude, thank you.